So here we go. VE Day. 75 years. I don't know if you know about VE Day and what it is. It means victory in Europe. In 1939, which is over 75 years ago, we started in a large, what they call a world war, a second world war. All the countries, or nearly all the countries in the world were fighting because there was a man and some others that joined him that weren't very nice and wanted to do some horrible things. So although war is not a nice thing, it had to be. People had to go to war to stop bad things happening to everybody. But most people didn't like it. And in May, 75 years ago, the war ended, and it was called VE Day, Victory in Europe. There was still a bit of a war going on, and later on there's a VJ Day, which means victory in Japan. So I don't know if you've done anything in your house to make it nice, to put some bunting up, because tomorrow there's going to be parties. We can't have the street parties that we'd like to have because of the restrictions. But here in our street, we're having these celebrations. I don't know what you can see. There it is. VE Day celebrations, and in Great Wakering, that is what is going to happen. So we're all putting bunting outside of our houses, and in case you haven't got any bunting out, I just thought I'd show you how to make some first. So you need a piece of paper this size. This is A4 size. As long as it's oblong, it doesn't matter, it can be smaller. And then you take the top of the paper and you fold it over. Quite easy this is, so the top of the paper is folded over. Then we need to find halfway in the paper, so we just fold it exactly in half and do a little, so we know where halfway is. Then you get your ruler and a pencil, and you go from the corner to that halfway mark and you draw a line. You go from the other side, from the halfway mark to the corner. Make sure it's exact so it looks good, and you draw a line. Can you see my lines on there? They're not very dark, but I've got a line each side going up. Then you need to get your scissors, open up that end bit so you don't cut that bit, and we cut down so we've got a triangle. Cut nicely, cut slowly, and cut right along that line you've just drawn. There's one side, and then we do the same on the other side. It's easier to start at the top on that way if you're right-handed. Then you go all the way down, and what have we got? We've got a piece of bunting. There you go. Now it's up to you to decorate that bunting just how you'd like to. And I've got a few bits that I've already done so that I can show you. I looked in the newspaper and I found some cuttings. So there's one here. That one. There's one there. That's Captain Tom on that one. This one's got a poppy on it because that's how we remember our armed forces as well. There's one with a picture of the Queen. She's on that one. Some people that were in the Air Force. And then one that I just coloured, which says VE Day 75. So it's nice to, if you can use your ruler to make an edge round it, because it looks better with an edge. I've done one line in blue and one line in red. So when you've got your bunting, you get them and we make them into something that's going to hang up. So then you need a piece of string. So you got the string and we put it inside the first one under that flap that we've got there. So put it in, make sure you've left a long enough string at the end to tie it. And then if you've got a stapler, you can staple both ends and it's stuck in. There's my first piece of bunting. You might not have a stapler, in which case you can glue it, or instead of putting the things, you can put a hole in it and put the string through the hole. So here's my second one going on. This is the one with the poppy on it. I hope this stapler's not too noisy. The third one. Here's the stapler again. One each end. Oh, a few more. Here comes the queen on this one. And here comes Captain Tom. And here comes the last one. Just some cuttings that I got out of the paper. So you can draw it or you can cut things out of the paper. Another thing you might like to do is to remember somebody that was in the Second World War. I'm going to remember my stepfather. He's not with me anymore, but there he is. He died when he was 95. But he's standing there outside somewhere called Bletchley Park, because that's where he worked for some of the war. And Bletchley Park, if you older ones ever get a chance to go there, is amazing. It was before computers were invented, but they had some very, very clever people who managed to find out the codes that the enemy were using so that they could intercept messages. And it saved the war lasting longer and longer, and it saved more people dying. So that's George, my stepfather, and I'll remember him when we think about V-Day tomorrow. So here's my bunting. I don't think I can show you this properly on the channel, but it's all there hanging up, and that's going to go outside my house so that when we celebrate tomorrow we'll have the bunting. And maybe you can do some like that. Maybe you've got a relative, a granddad or a great granddad or a great nan that was in the war, and you could celebrate them and thank them and thank people that saved our country and brought us into a situation. I know it's not easy now in lockdown, but it was much harder then.